job is finished and it's time for a scenic drive on the Trout Lake Goldendale Highway. We're going to stop at several viewpoints looking at Convoy Lake National Wildlife Refuge, the Klickatat River Canyon, which is a true hidden gem, and we will finally end up at Maryhill Museum. So we are getting onto Highway 141 and we are going to head up to the turn to the Goldendale Trout Lake Highway. This red barn on the left was recently restored. It was in pretty dilapidated condition and they've done a beautiful job fixing it up. Here we come to our turn. We're going to go to the right. Along this road there are several herbal farms and there's a lot of organic farming in the area, organic dairy farms. That turn there is where there is a Druid abbey and Buddhist monks. So now we're driving up past a couple of the dairy farms. See all the cows on the left. Right in this area here there is a flock of wild turkeys that seems to hang out. So we are now on the highway to Goldendale. We're going to cruise up through here and stop at an overlook to look back down upon the Trout Lake Valley. But it's a beautiful drive. Okay, this is the valley overlooking Trout Lake. There's a couple of trees in the way, lighten the exposure a little. And this is the turn into Convoy Lake National Wildlife Refuge. It's about a mile gravel road in, and it's kind of pretty driving through this forest here. We're going over a cattle guard right there. It's about a third of the way in, and so we'll just wind on through the forest. The lake is not a lake all year. It's a lake in the spring, and it picks up all the runoff from the snow in the area, and it all flows to this area, and migrating birds stop here to feed. There's a look at it. You see the day center that we were at. So we're just going to take a quick walk around the grounds here and look at the house and some of the field. There's a couple of informational reader boards up like this, and this shows the seasons at the lake that I was telling you about. You can pause and read each of these descriptions. So there's a nice little picnic area, outhouse. And that is the valley meadow where Convoy Lake forms at different times of the year. So we're going to make it up to this wooden house here. There's a little cabin in there. can walk over and take a look at it. The Whitcomb Coal Hewn Log House. And that is the family. Take a closer look. Can you find newsprint papering the inside walls that dates back to Theodore Roosevelt's administration? I have seen houses that had newspaper pasted onto the walls in old remodels that I've done. Richard Krebs and his family were tenants of John Cole and lived in the house from 1897 till 1900. Cool. And it looks largely the same. Look across the lake. The house stood across the lake 2 miles away before it was moved here in 1987. Yeah, so that's cool. Some old farm implements. Sometimes there are dates cast onto these old pieces of farm equipment. There are all these weld marks on here. Here is the construction of it. I forget what they call that, mortise and tenon construction, where they notch one and carve the other in the corners like this. It's a good construction method for having no nails and putting things together. What's inside? That's an old, I think that's an old wood furnace. Cool. There's a second floor, and you can see the floor joists notched through the wall for the second floor. My, how construction methods have changed. And I believe this is not the original cow pie. Alright, let's see what else we got around here. So it is farmland, and this is an irrigation canal. The area beyond that sign is closed, so that must be the private farm or it's wildlife area. But you can see there's a lot of farm equipment trucks driving out onto the grass. Raise the exposure again. And you can see way over there farm equipment. Okay, I need to start bringing my Canon camera. It's ridiculous using a cell phone. So zoom out, go to wide angle. Okay, so you see how this grass under the tree is laid down. It's where deer like to go. So in the daytime, hot days, or at night, you're gonna find deer under these trees, trying to escape heat or weather. Deer like the little thickets. Okay, let me get back over to the truck camper. So this is the Willard Springs Trail. Grab your binoculars and meander down the Willard Springs Trail, a gentle graded 2-mile walk with shortcut trails. Offers a taste of the diversity of life present at Convoy Lake National Wildlife Refuge. Visit a pioneer cabin, birdwatch along the canal, and then enter the shade of the ponderosa pine forest. From the observation deck, a clear day will provide an awe-inspiring view of Mount Adams. Before you return, check out the wildlife amongst the lush vegetation at Willard Springs. So they got mule deer, elk, great horned owl, pleated woodpecker, Wilson's warbler, porcupine, sandhill crane, northern harrier, wood duck, cinnamon teal. So we are here. We went here, we walked down there. Okay, so I guess the trail does go along that irrigation canal. And then you can come back up here. This might have a shortcut over here. Well, that looks like where the ranger stuff is. And Willard Springs is all the way over there. So unfortunately, I don't have time to get over there today. And a red crossbill. So yeah, it is pretty country. I wish I was smart enough to bring my better camera. That beautiful truck camper. Okay, let's go hit the road again. Okay, and we are making our way back out of the Convoy Lake National Wildlife Refuge. You can see the Department of Fish and Wildlife buildings there. And the road, it's gravel, but it is very well maintained. There's no washboarding or anything in it. So we're coming up on that cattle crossing, or cattle guard again. Right there. And now we're back over to the main road. There is a second viewpoint on the Glenwood highway, the lakeside highway. I didn't get a chance to see that, but you can see it in the map of the Convoy Lake National Wildlife Refuge that I provided at the beginning of this segment. the left, that is the stadium for the Glenwood Rodeo. It's a pretty fun little rodeo to go to, and Glenwood's a nice little town. And that is the town of Glenwood. This is the little campground down here on the Klickatat River. It's a nice little campground. And there's the river, and there's a bunch of people fishing. Pull into the lookout here for a minute. I'll get out and take a quick picture with the phony. And there you see the Klickitat River, very popular for steelheading and trout fishing. In the springtime, they run float boats down the river. So, beautiful spot. There's another campground a little farther ahead. We're not going to go into the campground, but I'll announce it. Just looking at the rock strata there. Interesting. And we just came up this little spur line for the scenic view. And that's the main road right there. Let me climb back over the fence. Say hi to the GoPro in the windshield. So we're going to make a run for it. Warp speed, engage now. Now we're getting into all the oak trees. Scattered pines and oak trees now. Predominant foliage has changed. is interesting how the foliage changes all of a sudden. And there, now we have warp speed. And we just passed the sign for the campground down below there.
Don't take a look, you'll never see it.
That is correct.
So pretty terrain through here.
And what do we got down there? Got power lines right in front of us. Not really power lines, but rural electrification. And there you see the river. Klickitat River. Every once in a while you'll see people in drift boats going down this fishing, maybe earlier in the spring. This is fall right now. And if you look over there, you can see that hillside has slid down to the river. There was an access road there, it's gone now. Okay. But this is one of the prettiest drives that you can take anywhere. Highly recommend. Alright, and this is the hillside here. We're nearing the top of the canyon road. There is the river valley down below us. The hairpin corner was to the right around the bend there. There's the Klickitat River way down there. Let me see if I can get a little better view back here. A cell phone camera just cannot bring its grandeur. You see the river goes through there. And around there. Hang on.
I think this is the last turnout for a view. Bitch, that wasn't a good one.
I hate when that happens. Bump hidden in the shadow.
And there's not looking like there's a view opportunity here either. Somebody lost a lot of string.
So there you go. That is where we came from, up the valley there. Here is the curve. And then the river goes on down that way. See if I can see the bend here. Somebody put these stupid trees right in front of the bend. So the
river bend is right down there. Interesting.
It's hard to show just how big this canyon is. And we are coming up on the last lookout viewpoint, and this has the best view.
This is it, the last stop, the last viewpoint. So there, from here you can kind of see that bend in the river down there. Okay, so we are going to make our way over to the Maryhill Museum now and catch up with Dave at the car show. There are sprinklers going up there I can hear.
And we are leaving the Klickitat River Canyon. This is the town of Goldendale. There is the Goldendale Observatory, a state park with the largest telescope available for public viewing in the United States. But you have to go there at night, and you have to make sure the museum or the observatory is open. It's an old observatory with a refracting telescope, I think it is. No mirrors, all glass. This is going down the Goldendale Grade Road, Highway 97, and we will just smoothly transition to the Washington State Highway along the Columbia River. So here is the truck stop coming up on the right, turns to the exchange down to Oregon on the left right there, and we have now merged to the Washington Highway. You saw the truck on the left, that is a parking area, and we were coming up on the Maryhill Museum. And it is a beautiful museum built by Sam Hill, all concrete. He was a great experimenter, proponent of the use of concrete in construction and roads. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.
Good.
Are you here for the car show or museum?
Don't forget to subscribe and give us a like. Thank you.